January 20th, 20 days in, Aquarius season, full moon in Leo. I have no idea what's going on. It's been a very busy weekend energetically. So much happening. As I said earlier, right? We have a super blood moon. I'm sorry, super wolf moon. Hopefully y'all saw the moon tonight. We have come out of delicious Capricorn, and now we're coming from our sturdy, earthy, reliable Capricorn into our airy, fairy Aquarius, our water barriers, our water bearers. So we're going to be doing a couple of things. As promised, I am taking you all with me on an astrological sign 101. So, of course, a few weeks ago, we delved into Capricorn. And tonight, we are going to delve into our delightful Aquarius folks. So, some things about Aquarius. Need my reading glasses. All right. I think I need to ring my bell before I do anything else. Flowers, silly flowers, silly flowers. What crystals do we have tonight? We've got our pyrite as usual. We've got black amber, azurite, black tourmaline, scolecite, and celestite. So lots of stones, and of course, selenite. Lots of stones for angelic communication, as always, as usual. Okay. We've got a blue candle. It will be revealed to me as we go on with the read why we have a blue candle. I'm not really sure why we have a blue candle tonight, but it'll unfold. All right. Aquariuses. So the astrological sign, obviously, is Aquarius. And the Aquarius is symbolized by the star in the tarot, which is quite suitable for Aquarius because I'm looking for the star sign here. Because one thing we know about that star sign is that the woman on the card has one foot, on the earth and has one foot in the water. And the water signifies abundance and, spiritual gifts, spiritual treasures. And that is one thing about those Aquariuses. They are quite lucky. They are quite lucky, those Aquariuses. And I would say that they have one foot in and one foot out of many things. One foot in and one foot out of conversations with you. One foot in and one foot out of relationships with you. So this is the star sign, the star card. That is the card for Aquarius. Again, beautiful, beautiful card. And of course, again, they are the water bearer of the zodiac. So some things about Aquarius. So the archangel that governs Aquariuses is Cambriel, because remember I said last month that I was going to be also talking about the archangels that are associated with each sign. And I'm working from this book, Working with the Archangels. Okay. So, what else do we need to know? So, Aquarius is a masculine sign. Of course, we know that there are the universe works off of two genders, and these signs work off two genders as well, whether they're masculine or feminine, right? Masculine or feminine. And Aquarius is a masculine sign. It is an air sign. It is a fixed sign. It is ruled by the planet Uranus, right? And what is associated with Aquarius is change, disruption, unconventional, again, the water bearer, and the crystal is an amethyst. So we're going to do two things in this reading, right? I'm going to pull 1 to 3 cards for folks that have an Aquarius rising, an Aquarius sun, or an Aquarius moon. We're going to do that. And then we'll do the typical full moon read, right? So we got a lot of things going on, again, because we got this full moon that is in Leo. We know that Leo is fiery, right? It is all about action. Hey, Lorianne. And then we've got the Aquarius, which can be more of a laid back sign. So there's a lot of stuff going on, right? What else about our, let's see, darling Aquarius brothers, sisters, and gender non-conforming folks? So, of course, Aquarius is a very independent sign. It is a progressive sign. It's, the Aquariuses are very exploratory, right? When you look at across sexual orientation, many Aquariuses have dibbled and dabbled in same-sex relationships, in multiple sex relationships. Aquariuses are pretty much known for that. They are original. Lord knows Aquariuses are original. They are inventive, right? And then we talked about the symbol, which is the water bearer, dispensing a gift that flows freely and equally to all, representing creation and the giving of life. And, boy, Aquariuses can be quite generous, and also some of them can be quite selfish also. Okay. And their polar opposite is Leo, right? Oh, isn't this funny, Gemma? So, hey, I see here you say you're a Leo and your daughter is an Aquarius. So you are actually polar opposites, which is so interesting. So Aquarius is the sign of hopes, dreams, friends, and wishes. Its natives tend to be idealistic, humanitarians. Of course, Oprah is one of the most famous Aquariuses. They are concerned with the larger issues of the world, but remain personally detached in their own relationships. That is not uncommon, right? Hey, Dennis, speaking of Aquariuses, hopping in. So they are the big thinkers, right? They are big thinkers. They are visionaries. But again, they, like many air signs, they can be detached in their personal relationships, very much in their head, very much intellectual, just like, their Libras, brothers and sisters, and their Gemini brothers and sisters, right? That is one thing about us air signs, is we live a lot in our head, right? And so then they can come off very aloof in relationships and very detached in relationships, which also is not uncommon for an air sign, right? Leo Aquarius's opposite sign is the sign of pleasure, affection, and love affairs. Leo people look for fun and good times, and they need close ties with others and tend to dominate in love affairs, right? And then the part of the body that's ruled by Aquarius is the circulatory system, the shins and the ankles. They are prone toward ankle pain and breaks and a hardening of the arteries, right? So Aquarians definitely need to pay special attention to their bones, to their artery systems, as they said here, which is interesting because we know they like to indulge in lots of different activities, okay? Their birthstone again is amethyst, which brings faithfulness and love and bestows the gift of prescience, okay? Special colors for Aquarius is electric blue, the color of the sky, okay? What else do y'all need to know about Aquarius? Animals that are ruled by Aquarius are large birds. So one of the other things that I want to make sure that I impart into these readings is sort of, again, areas of luck and areas of danger. So when we're looking at Aquariuses, of course, again, they can be eccentric, and they are often targets for narrow-minded people. So one caution for Aquarius folks would be to for them to observe their surroundings, right? Before they share their big, expansive ideas, right? Because not only can their ideas be stolen, okay, because they are so brilliant, but they can also be attacked by people who have narrow minds, who might think they're weird or they're this or they're that, when really they're probably just not as smart as Aquarius is, okay? And they also have a tendency to get in unusual situations and hang around with oddball individuals. That's funny. Okay. And so they wind up in these situations because they also, you know, even though they are quite intellectual, they don't always think before they act. Okay. So they have to be careful. So again, the archangel that is associated with Aquarius is Archangel Cambiel, Cambiel. Who's a Libra? Hey, Empress. Oh, I feel like I knew that about you, Libra, sister, and your daughter's an Aquarius. Nice. So let's see. Cambiel. I had another note on Cambiel. Let's see here. So let me tell you how I use this information. So inspiration, grace, and blessings. Okay. So what I did last month, I worked with Archangel Orphiel for Capricorn season because Archangel Orphiel governs Capricorn. And so that's what I would suggest you do for Aquarius season as well, is to read up on Archangel Cambiel and do some work. Hey, Virgo. I have so much Virgo in my chart. I love Virgos as well. So yeah. The planetary ruler of Cambiel is, oh, Uranus. Yeah, that's what I have. Yeah, Uranus. Right. So what I would recommend is that you work with the energy of the season. You work with the energy of the archangel, right? So again, you want to look up Archangel Cambiel, Cambiel, and there are ways to connect with that particular archangel, offering someone who is despised help, involving yourself in local activities, exploring human rights. And isn't it funny that here we are the next day after the Women's March, right? As we go into Aquarius. And man, isn't that perfect for Aquarius season, that Aquarians are so into the big picture, what's best for all. They're humanitarians. And so how amazing is it that we go into this full moon on what was the eve of Aquarius season? Okay. So now we're going to hop into the reading. And as usual, we are going to use our Rider-Waite deck. That light is so bright. We're going to use our Rider-Waite deck. Let's see. I got my ring light. Oh, I can turn it down. There we go. Okay. It's still a little glary, but whatever. All right. So we've got our Rider-Waite deck as usual. So we're doing our European read, right? And then, you know, we take it to Africa with our Adinkra deck. For those of you that are new, we have a global perspective here. And then we wrap it up with the I Ching. And so the Rider-Waite gives us an overall reading of what's going on. That's what I use the Rider-Waite deck for, right? Just to get a picture of what's really happening. And then I use the Adinkra deck to sort of tell us how to move during this period, okay? And then I wrap it up with the I Ching, which usually ends up being a confirmation for the entire read. So that wraps it up. Howsoever, I have been guided to also pull out my Goddess Oracle deck, which is interesting. And I'm being guided to actually start with that deck tonight. So that's what I'm going to do. So the goddesses want to come through. So we are going to listen. Hey, Evan. Hey, Vivian. All right. Woo! Hathor, pleasure. How perfect for full moon and Leo, because Lord knows Leos like to have a good ass time, right? And Aquarius is as well. How amazing. So this is the goddess Hathor. Okay. Oh my God. All right, Egypt, I see you. I was wondering why they wanted me to get all walk like an Egyptian tonight. So Hathor is an Egyptian goddess. What's gonna happen? I hope that means I'm gonna have some pleasure. Yes. Let me have some tequila to that. Hey, Scorpio, please share some good news. Yep. Okay. All right, we about to get it cracking. So this is good. And Lord knows we need good news, right? We need a little pleasure. We need a little pleasure because stuff is a little ill right now, right? So so one way to work with this energy is to indulge, to let yourself go a little bit, to be a little bit more like a Leo. You know, I would say, and it'll be interesting to see what the tarot is saying, but what the goddess is saying is to give yourself a break. Stop overthinking, stop restricting yourself. Let that Leo energy come in. Let that energy of the full moon come in. Go out, have a nice meal, go out with that person that's been trying to connect with you. You know, look to your Leo brothers and sisters and see how they rock and roll and enjoy your life. Okay, because the restriction, which again is so Aquarius, expansion, expansion, expansion. This is all about expansion. And so, no matter what's happening governmentally, right, you want to be expansive in your action. You just told your son you were channeling some Egyptian. I know, right? I was like, what is happening? You see, I got my little Egyptian eyes and stuff. And then here comes Hathor, like with the exact same. Listen, I don't mess with the spirits anymore. I just do what they tell me to do. All right. So, yes. So, who is more expansive than an Aquarius and a Leo? So, have fun, indulge in pleasure. Okay. So that's going to set the theme. That's going to set the theme for this season, okay? So from this full moon to the next to the new moon, because that's how my readings are, okay? So we go from the full moon to the new moon, and then we do the new moon reading, and we take that to the next full moon, okay? Got it. Good. So this is what we want to be focusing on from now until the new moon, okay? And I'll tell you when that is in a bit. We want to be expansive. We want to not listen to the news. We want to not let people scare us. We want to focus on finding the pleasure. Where can you find the pleasure? Okay. Is it in your family? Is it in your partner? Okay. We really want to look for it because we really need it. Okay. Because this is a collective consciousness, right? There is a such thing as a collective consciousness. And so what happens is all of our fear, all of our anger, all of those things that we emanate individually, that goes into the collective consciousness and that adds more fear, more anger. Okay. So we want to pull back from that. All right. All right. Let's see where we are. What is the energy for the season? First card out of the deck. I'm here for it. We have the Six of Swords. I am 100% here for it. What did I just say? Find the pleasure, sailing away from the things that hold us down, that hold us back. So again, we are sticking with the air sign energy, right? We know now, those of you that have been kicking it with me for a while, these glasses do not go with my outfit, okay? These glasses are throwing off my ensemble, and I am not feeling it. So, okay. Six of Swords. So we know that swords is air energy. Okay. This is our thoughts. These are the swords energy are the thoughts that trip us up, the overthinking, the things that, again, we just around and around and around in our head, right? So we want to move away from that. We want to move away from that. Okay. Starting with this full moon. And it's such a powerful moon between sort of tonight and tomorrow. So again, like I tell you on every, you know, every sort of live that I've done so far, I always give you something to do. I always give you an exercise to do. And so what I would say is I would write down, the chimes just started chiming outside my apartment. Um, I would write down what thoughts are keeping you stuck. Okay. I would write down what thoughts are keeping you stuck and what, hey, Patrice, and what do you need to do to sail away from these thoughts? One thing I love about this card is that the passenger, you know, the passenger seems to have their head down. We don't know if it's a woman or a male. I kind of get the feeling that it's a female. There's a small child sitting next to, I'm going to say her, and she kind of has her head down, right? And so, what this makes me think about is when we're embarking on a new journey, when we're sailing away from things that don't serve us anymore, when we're moving away from those things, sometimes we just got to put our head down and have faith and keep it moving, right? We don't need to be thinking about how are we going to get there? How are we going to move forward? How are things going to open up for us? When am I going to get, you know, how am I going to get that new job? How am I going to get those connections? We don't need to do that. The way I am reading this card is it is all taken care of. What we have to do is we have to trust. Put your head down and trust and allow yourself to be guided. This could almost be that angelic energy that we started talking about at the beginning of the read. This could be our archangel Cambiel. This could be just our angels just bringing us forward, taking us from where we were to the land, right? To the trees, to where there's abundance and there's new life. Okay, that's where we're starting out with. This is a great start to the read. Starting out with pleasure, and then what do we know? We know that the key to our pleasure is sailing away from the bullshit. That's the key to our pleasure, okay? Sailing away from the people, places, and things that are keeping us stuck. All right? That's where our pleasure lies. And our darling Egyptian goddess Hathor is here for us. Next card out the deck. I can hardly stand it. 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. So we know that Pentacles is again about resources. It can be money. Again, things of the mundane, the Pentacles, the everyday things. So y'all, this is about to be such a short read. Like for real, for real. Like you asked for some good news. Is this not good news? We are sailing away from the nonsense into Pentacles, into resources. What? What? So this is what we need to be focusing on. And what is the key to that? Pleasure. Pleasure. Come out of your head. Come out of your head. Stop looking at what is and start looking at how you want things. When I do my classes, what I say to people is see, sense, or imagine when we're meditating, right? I say see, sense, or imagine yourself floating through the ceiling. Obviously, you can't just float through the ceiling, right? So see, sense, or imagine. So that is something that you could use the energy of this full moon, right? What would it be like to see, sense, or imagine yourself in a new state? Now, here we go. 10 of Swords, right? This is a rest card. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. Don't be afraid. But you also need to rest, okay? This person is pretty sad. This is like a scary card, right? But you definitely need to rest, okay? You need to rest. I might come back to that. We'll see. We'll see. I need to get like a better table since I'm going to be doing this more regularly. Is this going to be the last card out the deck? Last card out the deck. All right. I'm not upset with this. It might not be the last card out the deck. Let's see what we got. All right. 3 of Cups. Celebration. Also keying into feminine energy. Also angelic guidance around you. Goddess energy. and then Six of Cups. Happy family, not so much happy family. It's more like nostalgia. It's more like somebody from the past coming back um, into your life, or you feeling sort of nostalgic. You feeling nostalgic for what was. Okay, I feel like we need one more, and then we'll see what the story is. We'll see what the story is. What is the most likely outcome? Okay. This is going to be the last one. Okay. So the lovers. So the lovers can be a choice. Sometimes it can be a choice between two people. Sometimes it can be a decision that has to be made which way you're going to go. Okay. So we know that right off the top of the bat, it is about pleasure. It is about embracing our feminine side, embracing our seductive side, embracing the energy of this full moon, being more like a Leo in the world, not being so tight. The other thing about Leos is Lord knows they don't always think about other folks like liking them or not, right? We know that like Leos are like, listen, it's my world. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to say what I have to say and let the chips fall where they may, because I am on to the next party. Okay. And Aquariuses can kind of be like that as well. Okay. So it's interesting that even though we talked about they are opposite, you know, they are polar of each other, but they do also have some things in common. Okay. So we know that that is already the instruction is to go into these next couple of weeks with pleasure on your mind, walking away from things that don't serve us anymore, having faith as we're doing that, sailing away from that and actually sailing into new opportunities. Ryan, where you been, Ryan? Ryan, I've been waiting for you to call me to come back up to that school. You need to call me or email me. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. So we are moving away again from those thoughts, from the overthinking. Those are things that we are going to be working on for these next couple of weeks. And we are going to be focusing on our money, focusing on our resources, focusing on getting the good things that we want. Okay. What do we need to get us there in the meantime? We need to be getting more rest. We need to take a time out. We need to take a time out from the nonsense so that we can move on to our celebration. To, again, this may require that we delve more into the sacred feminine, right? We know that we all carry masculine and feminine energy. Sometimes it is out of balance. So you may also need to look at more ways to delve into the sacred feminine, which also brings us back to Goddess Hathor, which is a very feminine Egyptian goddess. Okay. And then one of the other things that we can expect to come up for us within these next couple of weeks is someone from the past, perhaps an old relationship, a person either coming back to re-enter into relationship, right? You may have a second chance at a relationship. You may have a second chance to correct something with someone, a relative, etc., right? So you are going to get an opportunity to revisit something, okay? Something that brings up a sense of nostalgia, all right? And that is being confirmed by the Lover's card. You're going to have to make a decision, okay? Which way to go, right? Do you reach back and deal with the past and give that person, place, or thing another chance? Or do you move forward with the next thing? Okay. That's where we're at right now. That is the energy that this full moon is bringing us. So now we're going to go to this opportunity of the past is right on for me. Yeah, it's interesting. Whoa, this one, okay, you just want to come right out. All right, let's see. So this is our Adinkra deck. Okay, this is our Adinkra deck. And so this deck, this card that flew out of the deck is Nkyinkyim-twisting. Which means twisting. A symbol depicting the twists and turns of life and the need to be versatile and resilient to survive. A symbol depicting the twists and turns of life and the need to be versatile and resilient to survive. So in thinking about the cards that fell, when presented with this opportunity to revisit something, right? To make your decision, the key here is to be able to be versatile and resilient in whatever your actions are. Meaning, don't be too inflexible. Okay? Don't be too inflexible during these next couple of weeks. We are all going to need to be super, super flexible. Okay? Isn't it funny that this card sits right under this card, the way I have the cards laid out here. Okay? This is not a person who is flexible. Okay? This is a person that's stuck in their own way, clearly, and is nailed down by their own thoughts and their own ideas. Okay? So how can you be more flexible to allow the goodness and the celebration and, again, the good feelings to come to you, right? What are you gonna have to do that? So what I would say is that when we think about being resilient, knowing that this too shall pass. So I'm going to read what the book says, because again, this is a new deck and I don't have these cards memorized yet, the African cards. So let's see what this says. And if you have additional questions, put them in the little thing there. All right. Let's see. All right, the philosophical significance of this card, this Adinkra symbol. Initiative, dynamism, versatility. You are in a quandary and unsure how to get out. So we know that there's lots of people in a quandary and we're not sure how to get out. We know that there are a lot of people feeling like this right now. This is a card of rest, but this is also a card of just complete, total exhaustion, right? And I give up. I don't know what to do. The world is crazy. Like, what the fuck, right? We know that. Clear your mind. Get away from the light. Clear your mind and space, then channel deeply within to summon the solution to this issue. You have the answers. You just need to get past your fears and disruptive noise, which we talked about. We've talked about that. We know this is confirmation. I already said from the beginning of the reading that these are the cards that tell us what to do. This was our second card out of the deck. Sail away from the people, places, thoughts that you keep going over and over in your mind. These swords are the things that are keeping you from this and keeping you here. Okay? All right. Additional meanings for this card. You can solve anything. If you did not experience tough times, how would you know what is good? You are built for this. You will not fail. You will get through. You will not fail. You will get through. You will not fail. You will get through. That is the symbol that this is for. You will not fail. You will get through. So, concrete action that you can take from this moon to the new moon. You can look up this Adinkra symbol. You can focus on this Adinkra symbol. You can meditate on this particular Adinkra symbol. I'll put it in the little thingy here. You can meditate on this, and you can call in the energy of Hathor. Never in my history of doing these readings have I ever, number one, I haven't used these goddess cards. I used them with a client today, but I haven't used these goddess cards in a long time. And I haven't used them for a video thing in a long time either. But today, it was very clear that I needed to start with the goddess, right? It's also no accident. Let me see if I can show you this. This is why I have to get a new table since I decided I'm going to be doing this more often. I got to get like my YouTube counterparts, honey. They got it all laid out. But let me see if I can show you how these cards fall. All right. Oh, she can do it. She can do it. Okay. So what do we know about tarot? What have I been telling you all that have been with me for a minute? That when we read tarot, we don't just go with the standard archetypes. We read we read the story of the cards, how the cards fall, right? So look at this. Hathor, pleasure, is sitting over the Three of Cups, celebration. Sailing away again from the thoughts that are keeping us stuck, right over the Lovers. So it's your decision. We know that, again, the Lovers is about decisions, right? So it's your decision. Stay stuck or sail away like Christopher Cross, right? So then the way that we also read the cards is how the cards lie next to each other. So we read cards this way and we read cards this way, and sometimes we read cards this way as well, right? So we're sailing away from the nonsense and we're stepping into our 10 of Pentacles, okay? Which is, again, happy family, lots of money, even the dogs are happy. Like, they got it going on. Everything is happy in this card. There's nothing bad in this card, okay? But what is keeping you from this celebration? Overthinking, not resting, not listening to messages, not listening to the good messages, focusing on the not so good messages. That's what's keeping you from experiencing this, right? So that is your decision to make, whether you want to be here or here or here, okay? That's your decision, right? Three of Cups, happiness, celebration. Sometimes this is a wedding. And then we have the Lovers, a decision. So we also have what's in between this happy feeling, again, this nostalgia, this reuniting, this memory of good times. This also can be a family card. What is in between this and this? This, your choice, your decision, your choice to stay away, to sail away, or stay stuck. You got it? And then we've got this twisting card, right? You will not fail under the 10 of Swords, right? The book said, you will not fail, you will get through it. Your thoughts don't have to take you out. Last card out of the deck, amazing message. And Moni, oh my God, Moni, where have you been? All right. Oh, Moni. Okay, I'm glad you're here. So, yeah. So we already know, again, we can call on Goddess Hathor. We can research her. We can channel her energy. We can meditate on this Adinkra symbol. We can use the energy of Archangel Cambiel, right? We can do that throughout Aquarius season. Those are all things that we can do to help us with this overthinking so that we can truly live the energy of the Aquarius. We can truly be the expansion of the Aquarius. I mean, again, a wonderful, the potential of the Aquarius is phenomenal, right? So let's tap into that. All right. Also, as we said, amethyst is the crystal of Aquarius. So for those of you that are into crystals, you can also meditate with your amethyst. while we're in Aquarius season. Okay? Aquarius season will take us to February 18th, and then we are into Pisces. Okay? So you got some time. You got some time to do all this good stuff. What else do I need to tell you? What else do I need to tell you? Oh, thank you. Okay. So you can also, for those of you that have tarot cards, you can also meditate on the star card that I showed you in the beginning, because the star card represents Aquarius. And then the last thing that I'm going to do after I show you this star card is I am going to pull a card specifically for my I will pull a card specifically for my Aquariuses. I know, I saw the moon earlier. I went out earlier, and that moon nearly took me out. Okay? That moon was so beautiful. It was so low when I went out. It was phenomenal. Okay. So, you can also meditate on the star card. Okay? You can also meditate on the star card. And when will I be doing my next reading? Mark your calendar. I will be doing my next reading on February 19th when we go into Pisces season. Okay, that's when I'll be doing my next reading. So now I'm going to pull 1 card, 2 cards. They want 3 cards. Of course they do. 3 cards for Aquariuses. So this reading is specifically for people who have Aquarius reading, Aquarius sun, rising, moon. Okay? And then we're done. All right. Nice, y'all. Queen of Pentacles. So, Queen of Pentacles. I know you can't see that. I'll bring it back up. Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. Wands are about action. Fast-moving action. Last card out the deck, Queen of Wands. So much queens. So many queens. I dig it. All right. So, Queen of Pentacles. So, we're starting out Aquarius season. So, ideally, you would be feeling abundant. It's your season. You could be focusing on money. You could be actually focusing on how you can get more money, how you can bring more resources into your home. You could be focusing on that. I would caution that you don't focus on it too much. Again, you don't want to focus on lack. You want to focus on attracting to you what you want. So that would be what my guidance for you would be. And then you have this 7 of Wands, which is action. So in the middle of your season, you might have some folks coming for you. Okay? You might have some folks coming for you. You might feel like it's coming for you from several different directions. Okay? And so the way to handle that is to stay on your square. Queen of Wands. Don't make any, again, false moves. Don't make any irrational actions. Keep your mouth quiet. There's a cat here. You want to get in tune with your own intuition. You want to really be in your intuition this month, because again, there might be some battles that come your way. Okay? Queen of Wands, things will more than likely, right? We know that the tarot is a snapshot. Okay? That also depends on your actions. Your actions will determine the outcome. Okay? So you don't want to get wild with people. All right? You want to be like the queen. You want to have your actions in check. You want to sit with your intuition. You want to sit with the quiet and really figure out what's the best action to take. Okay? So just be on the lookout for, again, people coming for you, maybe a little deception, okay? Maybe something that might knock you off balance a bit, okay? You see this person is really straddling. You see this person's stance, like literally things are coming from all directions at him. So you might feel like this, right? During this month, you might feel like this, Aquariuses, all right? But you know how to handle it, right? The Adinkra symbol already told us that you can be resilient and flexible. Okay, so that's what I would suggest you do. So that is it. One last thing for my mystics in the bunch. Again, we had the Women's March yesterday. Lots of energy. Okay, we have the full moon tonight and tomorrow. Lots of energy. Tomorrow's Martin Luther King Day. Lots of energy. So for my mystic folks, you want to think about how you can actually pull that energy in to your own life to propel you forward. Okay? How can you tap into the energy of Dr. Martin Luther King? Like, really tap into that energy. Okay? So that's what I suggest you look at. That's all I have. Thank you all for joining me. I know it's late. As I said, I'm going to be doing these readings 10-ish CP time, color people time. Okay. So you can expect that. Thank you for staying up late with me. If you want a private reading with me, you can Facebook inbox me, and you can also go to my YouTube page, The Magic Hour, to see past videos. Veruca, I'm not ignoring you, but we should have that conversation offline. Okay. I think that's it. Thank you so much. I will see you on February 19th as we go into, oh, that's not true. I'll see you on the new moon. That's right. I forgot about that. I'll see you on the new moon. I will see you on, before Pisces season. That's right. I'll see you on February 4th. I will see you on February 4th for the new moon. So, yeah, do those things we talked about and chime in with me anytime during the month. Tell me what things pop up for you. Tell me if things resonate for you. Tell me what actions you're taking. I love to hear from you. And thank you again. And I'll talk with y'all soon. Good night.